Welcome into Jamestown, the site of this non-district high school baseball matchup between the visiting Upperman Bees and the hosting York Dragons. I'm Noah McCown on the call here on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network. Thrilled to be joined in the grandstands by my broadcast partner, Jacob Vincent. Sully Harris, the right-hander on the mound for the Dragons, getting in his warm-up pitches. He's going to face an Upperman lineup that bats 1 through 9 like this. Leading things off is Braden Green. He'll be followed up by the center fielder, Justin Fallon. Batting third is the third baseman, Chris Worsing. Batting cleanup, the first baseman, Carson Shoup. Batting fifth is the pitcher today for the Bees, Alec Wilson. Batting sixth, the shortstop, Juju Yano. Batting seventh, the right fielder, Carson Holroyd. Batting eighth is the catcher, Ricky Allison. And rounding out the lineup is Evan Huddleston. Sully Harris looking for a little bit better defense behind him in this outing today, Jacob, as he faces off against an Upperman lineup that is hitting the cover off the baseball the past couple of weeks.
Yeah, double-digit hits again in their last game on Saturday is another big win for them. And, this Upperman team really been swinging it well, and it's been fun to watch this Upperman baseball team this past week. 4 wins in a row for them after struggling a little bit. They got their basketball guys back, and the pitching has been really good, but it's been the bats that have just been absolutely phenomenal. The 3-run rules last week as well against some pretty good competition with Smith County in there alongside Friendship Christian.
Two teams with similar records. York enters at 6-6. They're coming off a hard-fought victory over White County 7-6. Upperman at 8-7, but they have won 4 straight games and have really ticked up since the return of Evan Huddleston into the lineup and Justin Fallon in center field. Leading things off is Braden Green. Barry Bonds. No, Braden Green. He's been unbelievable at the plate here recently. A ton of extra base hits a week ago. He added 2 home runs as well. And the first pitch of the game from Sully Harris will come up here. The Dragons in white, the Bees in their new gray unis today. And the first pitch in misses outside for ball 1. And Harris, he's got a very interesting release there. Kind of hesitates on the back end before coming through and maybe trying to mess with these Upperman hitters a little bit as Coach Bowden goes to him. And Braden Green sends this one up into the air, into right field, angling under it, trying to fight it against the sun, and finding it to make the catch is Landon Shoemake for the first out of the game. And that's no small feat, getting Braden Green out. And really, the first innings, Upperman has jumped all in front of people. York knows it. They want a quick one here. Justin Fallon, the Tech signee, climbs in.
Yeah, these last few games, they've gotten 2 or 3 runs in this first inning. And it seems like in the first inning and the third inning, it's the top of the lineup. In the second and the fourth, it's 7, 8, 9 due up almost every single time. And so, like you said, Harris trying to go quickly through here, this top part of the lineup for the Bees.
Fallon rolls this one foul, and actually angled. That's a fair ball. It rolled foul, and then it angled back fair. The throw to first is there, and that's going to be out number 2. It was rolling through foul territory and then turned back to the right, ended up on the line, crashing the whole way from over at third was Stewart. He throws to first in a very unconventional second out.
I don't know if Justin maybe thought it hit him in the box, which would make it a dead ball, but he just kind of stood there the whole time. And like you said, it did come back into fair territory and ends up being a fair ball.
It had a lot of side spin on it as Chris Worsing climbs in, and he'll rope this one on the ground. Nice grab over at short. The throw to first is in time for a 1-2-3 inning, and a great start for the York Dragons defense with a weird play mixed in. It'll be 1-2-3 due up for the Dragons. We'll tell you who they are when we come back. This is High School Baseball presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Discover this stylish and modern 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom home with an open split bedroom floor plan designed for comfort and convenience. With 3,318 square feet under one roof, plus a bonus room over the garage and 1,400 square foot basement. Located in the Brookstone subdivision, this home is just minutes from Cookeville. The builder is also offering up to 3% in closing cost assistance. Call Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate at 931-979-7145.
Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to be the presenting sponsor of Upperman Athletics on UCR.
Located at 755 Buffalo Valley Road in Cookeville, Gentry's Power Equipment is your local steel dealer with a huge selection of outdoor power equipment including chainsaws, blowers, trimmers, mowers, pressure washers, and more. They are your local one-stop shop for high-quality equipment. Locally owned and operated, Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to support Upperman Athletics and UCR.
Proudly introducing Upper Cumberland Generators for all your home power solutions. Locally owned and operated, Upper Cumberland Generators are here to make sure you have peace of mind no matter the situation. with new and reliable generators. Call 931-265-1702 for more information or to order yours today. Upper Cumberland Generators is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Welcome back. Big Alec Wilson on the mound for the Bees. He'll face a York lineup that bats 1 through 9 like this. Garrison Garrett leads them all, followed by the shortstop, Blade Garrett. Brody Schote bats third. He's the first baseman. Batting cleanup is the catcher, Tanner Talent. Batting fifth, the third baseman, Davey Stewart. Batting sixth, the DH, Anderson Moon. Batting seventh is the center fielder, Drew Wright. Matthew Luther, the left fielder, will bat eighth. And Landon Shoemake will bat ninth. He's the right fielder. Number one in the Upperman rotation. Big Al on the mound today. He has been sensational with a 1.08 ERA, 3-1 record. This is his fifth start of the season. He's got 2 complete games, a shutout, one hitter that was nearly a no-hitter, and he goes right to his favorite spot, pounds a fastball on the outside corner. He'll hang out in the mid-80s with that fastball and rip off the breaking ball off of it.
And we mentioned it this year. In the past years, he's been a contact pitcher, but this year he's been the strikeout guy, and he goes ahead 0-2 here.
That one was waved dead and missed, yeah, for Alec Wilson this year. 41 strikeouts in 26 innings, 8 walks. He's allowed just 4 earned runs in 21 hits, and he has got the first Thompson Machinery and Cat Rental Store strikeout of the game as he puts a backwards K on the board. He has 2 double-digit strikeout games so far. He's going to go to Carson Newman to pitch next year. He's got his eyes on a couple of district awards potentially, and he has had a great start to 7 AAA play. As climbing in here is Blade Garrett, the shortstop. First pitch right back into the mesh net. It's 0-1 again, and for Wilson, started last week against Sparta on Monday night, and his strike-to-ball ratio was absurd. York knows it. They're trying to jump out in front of some of these pitches as that one misses upstairs. In the field today for the Bees, rookie Allison catches the balls and strikes. Carson Shoops at first. Chris Worsing slides over to third. Braden Green at second. Juju Yano at short. As Wilson with a 1-1 home. That one chopped right back to him. It bounces a couple of times awkwardly. He has time, though. Throws to first in time for out number 2. The left fielder is Evan Huddleston. The right fielder is Carson Holroyd. And the center fielder is Justin Fallon. And how about Brody Schote with the Bella Twins theme song from WWE as his walk-up song. Carson Holroyd has his Fergie song in Baxter. Brody Schote has the Bella Twins. As the first pitch bounces in, it's 1-0. And maybe the intended result of that song throws Alec Wilson off a little bit as that one misses upstairs, and it's 2-0 to Schote.
And we got a great view on it today, right behind home plate.
2-0 from Wilson. This one's chopped foul. They get across the street. And there was a car driving by that almost lost a windshield. I mean, that was close.
Really unfortunate.
Here comes the 2-1 from Wilson. This one ripped over. Yano has to go a long way. He will not get there. That's through as a base hit. With 2 outs for Brody Schote, he sets the table for the cleanup hitter, Tanner Talent.
Yeah, a good piece of hitting there on the 2-1 count. We're able to rip it back up the middle and trying to get a little 2-out rally going now for the Dragons, who already had a 1-2-3 inning in the first against the top 3 in the lineup that have been really, really solid for the Bees.
And we mentioned for York the 6-6 record, but they've been very tight games pretty much throughout all 12 of their games for them this season. Well, only a couple of blowouts.
Yeah, and just that second Watertown game they had 9 errors in the field. Yeah, you don't have 9 errors, it's a lot closer.
Yeah, Watertown, one of the best 2A teams in the state. That's tough to overcome. As this one's ripped over and it's back-to-back base hits for the Dragons. It's quickly to Holroyd, so it'll be a hard-hit single for Tanner Talent, and the Dragons looking for a little 2-out magic with runners at first and second for Davey Stewart.
And you mentioned they're jumping early in counts because Alec Wilson, he likes to be in the zone. He wants to pitch to contact, but they've been able to get it through the infield and into the outfield for the last couple.
So really the first time in a couple of outings for Alec Wilson that there's some trouble on the base paths.
Yeah.
Without a big lead in his back pocket. Runners at first and second here with 2 outs. As Stewart will climb in. And aggressive swings early in ABs. Comes through for Tanner Talent as he rips that one over to right. First pitch is across on the outside corner, 0-1. Haven't seen the breaking ball yet from Alec Wilson. Been all fastballs here in the first. And he'll rip that fastball, misses. 1-1.
Yeah, they're trying to work that outside part of the play, just missed a little bit low that time.
13th pitch of the inning upcoming here for the senior righty on the mound. Glances back to second. Now delivers a fastball. Close but no cigar. 2-1 as the hat goes flying off the head. He's trying to get that outside corner against his favorite spot. It's tough to do anything with. It was a good take by Stewart that time. And a 2-1. That one waved at and missed. Deuce is wild. 2-2, 2 outs, 2 on here for the Dragons. Bottom of the first inning here in Jamestown. Beautiful day for baseball. Little breeze, temperatures in the 60s. Drop into the 50s. Here comes the 2-2. Swung on and missed. The second Thompson Machinery and Cat Rental Store strikeout for Alec Wilson. And he gives a little look over to the York Dragons dugout on his way back to his. We'll head to the second, scoreless in Jamestown. This is high school baseball presented by Gentry's Power Equipment, the Watson Chevy, UCR Media Network.
What if opportunity was all in a day's work?
We find new ways to make vacation dreams a reality. And that inspires me to do my best work every single day.
What if you can make a real impact in people's lives with a team that cares?
What I do matters, not just for guests, but for my team. We rely on each other each and every day.
What if your work inspired fun and moved people?
We put the world on vacation. Our job is to make people happy. Inspiring travelers around the world to live their best lives never stops being fulfilling.
At Travel and Leisure, what if can be what is. Stop wondering. Join the travel movement and start a career where memories start with you.
Sully Harris back to work here for the Dragons. We are scoreless. He worked a clean 1-2-3 inning, and he's the first pitcher to do that against the Bees 1-2-3 in well over 2 weeks.
Long time.
In any inning, so well done there by Harris, but he's looking for more as it's Shoup, Wilson, and Yano, and for the Dragons, they know this is an Upperman lineup. There's no easy outs in it anymore for the past couple of weeks as the first pitch is waved at. May have been foul tipped. It is 0-1.
Yeah, right off the top of the glove as well afterwards, and you said it. You go up and down this lineup, there are no easy outs anywhere. There's not too many teams where you can say that. And talked about it in the last few years as well. Really, that bottom third in the lineup is always kind of the success.
Shoup rips this one over. It goes off the glove of the second baseman who bobbles, and there will be no throw. And that's going to be an error in the field for the York Dragons. That's a hard hit ball at Garrison Garrett and just bobbled it and then couldn't quite get it back. And Shoup able to leg it out before a throw, and the Bees had their first base runner.
Yeah, good job by Carson Shoup running hard the whole way and able to get there safely. And like you said, to get a base runner aboard. But for Sully Harris on the mound, it's kind of what happened last week against Watertown. And the 9 errors in the field, and obviously not all of them happening when he was on the mound, but a big reason why.
I'll tell you about the alignment in the field for the Dragons after the first one to Alec Wilson as that one misses up and in. Catching the balls and strikes is Tanner Talent. Over at first base today is Brody Schote. The second baseman is Garrison Garrett. Blade Garrett is at short. Davey Stewart at third. The left fielder is Matthew Luther. And right is Landon Shoemake. And the center fielder is Drew Wright for the Dragons. 1-0 to Wilson. It's a good slider in there. 1-1. And so we've got a battle between slider and curve. And Alec Wilson, he's always wondering because he's going to be on the other side. Was that close? Where was it?
Doing his own little research.
He loves to be able to pinpoint those spots. Shoup takes a little bit of a lead over at first, and it gets away. It's going to be another mistake, but Shoup will not advance. It is much shallower here than it is in Baxter, so that time not too far away at first to go and grab it.
Took a pretty good bounce off the fence as well and able to get back out to Schote.
We thought it could be Schote on the mound today.
Yeah.
They get Clark Range later in the week, so we may get the ball there.
Yeah, no district games for them this week either.
Upperman's supposed to have White House on Friday.
Supposed to.
Yeah, we'll see. Weather looks nasty on Friday. 1-1 to Alec Wilson coming. There's that slider again. This time misses inside. 2-1.
We were kind of talking about it between innings. Harris has kind of that longer motion coming in. Tough to time up when you're at the plate.
And I'm sure that was part of the decision-making for York's coaches, trying to mess up that timing a little bit. Here comes the 2-1. Fastball, this one's weakly rolled. Foul, we think. It will stay foul this time. It'll be 2-2.
We saw Fallon in that first inning, and he kind of let it roll down that line. Ends up coming back into fair territory, and just going to be a strike this time, though.
2 balls, 2 strikes here. Shoop over at first. He reached on an error to open up the second inning. First base runner of the game for the Bees. They're looking for their first hit. 2 base hits for the Dragons, but left them out there. Both came with 2 outs in the bottom of the first. Against the young man in the batter's box, Alec Wilson. Harris with a look over to Shoop again, and he's going to throw back. And Carson Shoop, he's not having a huge lead there, so but a lot of attention being paid to him. He has not attempted to steal a base so far this season, not exactly his MO. Here comes the 2-2. Going for that slider again, and right on cue, Shoop will try to steal. The throw gets away, and it will be a Turfmaster stolen base for Carson Shoop.
It seems like they've done that a few times this season on us.
Right
Talk
on
about,
cue.
well, they're probably not going to steal here, and then they go.
It's the first stolen base of the season for Shoop, as we just mentioned. The pitch missed, so it is 3 balls, 2 strikes. Big moment here. You do not want this Upperman team to start building momentum. Harris wants to stamp it out here with a big punch out. Here comes the 3-2 payoff pitch. That one misses upstairs. Ball 4. Nick's Restaurant walk for Alec Wilson. He'll head down to first. First walk of the game issued by Harris, and it sets the table for one of the best hitters in the Upper Cumberland. Juju Yano will climb in. 386 on the season. He's got 11 RBIs, and there'll be a runner on for the pitcher
Case.
Wilson. And Rylan Case going to come on and run.
Yeah, and for the Upperman team on the throw down to second as well, obviously you get the stolen bag, but then you also get to see where the arm of Tanner Talent is behind the plate.
So Yano will climb in here with runners at first and second. Nobody out. We're in the top of the second here in Jamestown. Harris with a glance back. Now he'll deliver home. Good fastball across for strike 1.
Yeah, he wanted to get one across there, especially after the walk and a few misses outside of the zone against Alec Wilson.
Yano tied for the team lead with 11 runs batted in. He has 7 extra base hits alongside it. Still looking for his first long ball. Here comes the 0-1. That one misses upstairs for a ball. 1-1. The wind kind of breezing in. Not too much to really wreak havoc, but it could keep one from going all the way out of here if it's angling into right.
It kind of feels like it's blowing in from right field, like you said, but not a whole lot.
Comes the 1-1. Yano puts a healthy cut on that one. Harris goes ahead. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah, that's always a good one. Up in the zone with the fastball. Hard to catch up to. Hard to really get the hands up to it.
Stewart going to go out, or Talent rather, going to go out and have a word with his pitcher, Harris. Runners at first and second. Shoop reached on an error, then Wilson walked. His runner's Rylan Case. Yano's at the plate. It's the lower half of the order here. Carson Holroyd on deck behind him. And then, good luck, Allison and Huddleston in the lineup.
That 7-8-9, it's I was bringing it up earlier. That's where they've had a lot of their success because you feel like you can get out of an inning against 7-8-9 in the lineup, but this 7-8-9 are really, really tough outs. And obviously, Alec Wilson moving up a little bit in that lineup today.
Big opportunity here for Harris. He's got a 1-2 count on Julian Yano. Kicks and deals. This one swung, sit up and out of play, and I'm glad I parked where I wanted to and not where you told me to, Jacob, because that was right towards it.
It didn't hit anything, though.
It didn't that time, but that would have been too close for comfort.
Gravel. I also said you could park in the outfield.
The old UCR Silverado. Well, Justin Fallon's here. I don't know how safe that one is.
There's a bus out there. Just park down that.
You can hit a different car out there. It'd be fine. Here comes the 1-2. Good breaking ball. Swung on and missed strike 3. It's a big punch out for Sully Harris.
That's a really good breaking ball. Like he said, got him out in front, able to chase at it down in the dirt as well on 2 strikes. So even if you throw it for a ball, it doesn't matter. And he was able to go chasing after it for that first out.
And that breaking ball has been the bugaboo for Juju Yano this season. Harris with a great one there. Here's Carson Holroyd, and that's a confidence builder. Double play gets York out of this jam. Runners at first and second now with a 1 out for Holroyd. He's been 286. A little bit of a slow end to last week. Now he shows bunt, gets a pretty good one down. Coming up to it is Harris. Throw down to first is offline. and it pops out of the glove of the first baseman, and he will be safe. And now they're going to say transfer, and he's going to be out.
Well, he hasn't actually signaled yet.
No, I don't think so about that. We'll see.
No, he didn't signal. I think he was saying it was safe.
No, he's saying that it was on the transfer and that he's out, and I don't know if Wes Shanks is going to agree with that. And I think he's got a really good argument for it. This is either bases loaded with 1 out or runners at second and third with 2 outs. And they are going to have a discussion, and I think that's a good decision by Wes Shanks, is going up and then the spin, the ball pops out. I think that's a tough jump to transfer from there.
Well, and it didn't look like he had the other hand on the glove either.
That ball just popped out to my eye, but
still a great play.
It was a great play by Schote, and he will be safe. They overturn it. And I think, and now, as is certainly his right, Coach is going to come out and have a word as well, because that's one of those, it's close. It's a weird sort of a play. The jump brings him off the bag, and then he comes back around. My eye, it pops out on the collision, not on a transfer.
Right, yeah.
And then you have the timing of the bag, and so they end up changing it to safe. I think that's a pretty good job by everybody involved to say their piece. But the end result is bases loaded here for the Bees. And how are you going to score that one, Petey? That's going to be an error, the second of the day for the Dragons. Holroyd reaches first. Everybody's safe. The bases are loaded for rookie Allison.
Infield going to be in on the corners, middle infield in the double play depth.
First pitch, slider. That's a really good pitch, but it misses in 1-0. That's a really good slider.
It had rookie kind of backing out a little bit.
That's a good pitch.
Just didn't quite get in there far enough.
Bases loaded here. Big moment early in this non-district game. Both these teams would love to have it. Build some momentum. Allison goes chopping at this one. Taylor may potentially flip to second for 1. Throw to first in time. 4-6-3. The Dragons turn it, and the inning's over. We move to the bottom half, still scoreless here in Jamestown. Coverage presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
The Real Estate Collective is a team of experienced, licensed real estate agents serving the entire Upper Cumberland region. Whether you are looking to buy or sell, the RICO team is ready to serve you. With a focus on people over profits, you can rest assured the Real Estate Collective can help make your real estate dreams a reality. Call 931-559-9500 for more information or see their current listings at letsgorico.com. The Real Estate Collective is proud to support student athletes in our area and this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Livingston Regional Hospital is Livingston's hometown hospital. Located at 315 Oak Street, Livingston Regional Hospital provides compassionate, quality care for all patients from local people you can trust, so you can count on them to treat you like family. Their excellent staff offers years of experience and training to meet the needs of all patients. They understand the importance of providing care in a professional and comforting manner. They're proud to partner with Livingston Academy Athletics through the LRH Sports Medicine Team. Livingston Regional Hospital is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Been a fun game so far here through an inning and a half in Jamestown. How about a 4-6-3 double play by the York Dragons to get out of a bases-loaded jam. And Alec Wilson will look to match here. I'm Noah, that's Jacob. Happy to be along with you today. We're going to have some fun with these two teams going at it.
This was a really nice double play turned up there in the middle as well. Just a flip to second, good throw to first to get out of the inning. It seemed like the Bees, who usually in the first inning, we've talked about it, they get a couple of runs across, they lean on you, they get to that fourth inning, and that's when they really break it open here in this last week of baseball that they've played. This time, though, a really good couple of defensive plays in the inning to get out of the inning, and obviously, even before that, Schote ruled it safe at the bag in the error, but it was a nice play just to keep it from turning into a bigger one. And now the Dragons are going to see if they can't figure out Alec Wilson on the mound, which is just a completely different part to this game, which is even tougher for the Dragons to do, but they're doing a good job defensively to start.
Due up here is 6-7-8 Moon, Wright, and Luther. And for the Bees are looking for win number 5 in a row, but this is already the most resistance they faced in that 4-game winning streak. And York wants to put them down here in the bottom half. First pitch swung on and missed with a fastball, 0-1. Anderson Mooney's the DH today. First appearance against Alec Wilson. 318 to left, 315 to right. I'm going to say it's like 360-ish to center. There's nothing up there. As the next one's right across, and it's 0-2. I'm sure several people in here know, but we don't have the number. Here comes the 0-2. Wilson with a little hezzy, and it swung on and missed. The third Thompson Machinery and Cat Rental Store strikeout for Alec Wilson. Hit that Wyatt Curtis hezzy in midair and got the swing and a miss.
It looked like both Rookie Allison and the home plate umpire were a little bit scared there because that ball's coming inside, and he still ends up swinging at it. Normally that gets fouled off. It doesn't get fouled off, and so the home plate umpire gave a pat on the back to Rookie Allison for catching it.
And that check swing, they'll say he offered at it. Drew Wright climbs in, the center fielder. Wilson, 3 punch-outs already so far. Next one, going for that outside corner, missed outside, 1-1. And again, last 3 years, he was a pitch-to-contact guy. That has not been the case this year. It's the 1-1. Waved at and missed. It's 1-2.
I think this works more for him as well, just because he gets in such a rhythm. He's such a quick guy between pitches. He can work quickly.
Hit that hezzy again. This time timed up brilliantly by Wright. And Holroyd smacks it down in right field for a 1-out single, the third hit of the game for the Dragons.
And that's exactly where they've gone with all of their hits, with the exception of the one right up the middle. It's been out to right field because Alec Wilson is throwing on that half of the plate. Been a really good job by the Dragons so far.
Now Matthew Luther, lower half of the York lineup, trying to do some damage here. They had 2 on with 2 outs in the first inning, couldn't capitalize. Trying to change that here and break the scoreless tie. Luther has right at first with plenty of speed. First pitch, waved at and missed for strike 1. Of course, see how aggressive they are on the base paths with Rookie Allison behind the plate.
Yeah, he's pretty good back there.
He's got a cannon, certainly. Got to get a good jump if you try to test it, and they will. Fastball in. Allison's throw down is a good one. The tag is not in time. It was a little high, and a good job by Wright to slide underneath for the stolen base. That's good baseball all the way around. Good jump, good throw, good slide.
And that was the perfect pitch for Rookie Allison to throw it, too. It was a little bit high and outside, able to get it into his stand right out of his crouch. And like you said, just a little bit high on the throw made the tag a little bit tough.
1-1. This one smacked up into the air. Carson Holroyd tracking it. Angles underneath. They will tag up. Here comes the throw in from Wright. And pulling in safely, tagging up is Drew Wright. And the game's first potential run is 90 feet away for Landon Shoemake.
A little bit of small ball now for the Dragons, putting it into the outfield, advancing the runner, and now over at third base, you're just looking for something down in the outfield. Try to get that first run across and take a lead.
Landon Shoemake will climb in out of the 9-hole. Runner at third, 2 down here. We're in the bottom of the second inning. As the first pitch of the fastball swung on and missed 0-1. These are those high-leverage situations. Both these teams want to face these. You get a feel for what they're going to be like here in a couple of months, or a month and a half at this point. That one bounces in, gets away from Rookie Allison. He slips, and everybody's going to be safe. 1-0 here on the wild pitch. Allison's feet slipped up on the transfer from dirt to grass. It was going to be very tough anyway. A great jump from Wright, and heads-up base running makes it 1-0.
Yeah, it popped up, got all the way to the backstop, and not the biggest backstop, but it's got enough room where you've got to move quickly to get back there. And we saw Rookie Allison just kind of tripped up and went to the ground, so that first run across for the Dragons, they get the job done.
First deficit the Bees have faced in over a week.
Long time.
Here comes the 1-2. That one misses outside. Pardon me. It's 2-1. I think you're right. The scoreboard's a little off, I think. Here comes the 2-1. That one waved at and missed. It's 2-2. Shoemake thought it was strike 3 because he checked up at the scoreboard. He'll come back.
Yeah, they had one out on the scoreboard as well.
I think they were trying to get that right, and then the other one got switched. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Home plate umpires got it. Wilson delivers. This one foul tip. Good battle here from Landon Shoemake. Will do it again. Also interesting to see is Wilson's at 32 pitches. How do they approach? It's not a district game. Do you get your bullpen a little earlier? Here comes the 2-2. Swung on, chopped over. Carson Shoup reads it, and that's a nice play by Shoup for the 3 unassisted to retire the side, but not before the Dragons get the game's first run with some very solid base running. We'll head to the third. 9-1-2, due up for the Bees. Coverage presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Tee Up is the Upper Cumberland's brand new indoor golfing experience. With 3 state-of-the-art simulators, you can work on some of the world's best courses, all in the comfort of their climate-controlled facility. You want to know how you can improve? See everything from club speed to spin rate in seconds. Conveniently located at 141 4th Street in Baxter. Stop in. Visit them online at teeupgolfclub.com or call them at 931-559-GOLF to reserve your simulator today. Tee Up is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Fire and Vine in Cookeville is the Upper Cumberland's home for delicious Chicago-style pizza, beef, chicken, fish, and more. Located in Cookeville's historic downtown district, Fire and Vine's food and atmosphere will keep you coming back for more. Take in stunning views with the UCR team on Tuesday nights at 7, live for the UCR Coaches Show from the rooftop. Fire and Vine is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Welcome back. Sully Harris back on the mound here. He'll face 9-1-2 for the Bees. Huddleston, Green, and Fallon. And the Dragons lead 1-0. A nice hit by Wright. And then he moves over on a stolen base, a sac fly, and then a wild pitch to score. And some pressure here on the Bees on the road. We'll see if Sully Harris can add to it. Big moment here as we head into the third with Evan Huddleston leading things off.
You mentioned a non-district game, but you almost wonder if both these coaches treat this one like a district game, a competitive game here midweek. You might not play the rest of this week with the weather that's coming in, especially Friday and Saturday. And so you wonder if you leave these pitchers out there a little bit longer, but for the Bees, you would love to get some bullpen guys in there too.
First pitch misses up here to Evan Huddleston, who in 4 games is batting .455.
Pretty good in your 9 spot.
Yeah, you go from All-State in the state tournament, winning a state championship, to .455.
In 1 week.
That'll play. Harris delivers in. Huddleston smacks this one way up into the air. Trying to find it. Second baseman ranging back and makes the catch. Nicely tracked by Garrison Garrett. And they get a big first out of the inning.
Yeah, that's a tough play, getting all the way back there, but gets that first down. And again, for how well the Bees played last week, this York team is doing a really good job. And it all starts with Sully Harris on the mound and throwing it, pitching to contact, trusting his defense.
Yeah, I think this is well scouted by York. The tempo change for Harris with that different sort of release has been really effective. Braden Green flew out to right in his first appearance. Climbs back in, first pitch. Check swing, he offered at it, it's 0-1. And again, that confidence that the Bees were playing with the last 2 weeks, they don't have it against Harris right now. They're questioning what's coming out of the young man's right hand. Justin Fallon on deck next. But if you're Harris, you still can't breathe a sigh of relief. You got to keep throwing well the way he has. 0-1 to Braden Green. He shows bunt this time. It misses up. 1-1, and for Harris, he's cruising. 25 pitches, 16 strikes, an inning or 2 innings and a third under his belt, no problems.
And it's interesting, too. He waits until the batter steps in, and then he'll step on the rubber, go through, kind of take his time.
Got into a bases-loaded jam. His defense got him out. As that one misses away, it's a good take by Green, and his defense kind of got him into the jam, quite frankly. 2 errors. There was a walk mixed in, and they got him out of it with a 6-4 or a 4-6-3 rather. 2 balls, 1 strikes here to Braden Green. That one misses up. 3 balls, 1 strike. Hitters count to maybe the hottest hitter in the entire Upper Cumberland right now.
And obviously a tough zone. He's obviously not the tallest guy out there, so it shrinks that zone a little bit. You got to bring it down. Those last couple of pitches to some other guys might be strikes.
3-1 pitch. He goes chasing this one, sends it up and out of play.
So I don't think that one's rolling back,
I
hopefully.
never saw it, so I was a little concerned for a moment. 3 balls, 2 strikes here. Got him chasing that belt-high fastball. Will Sully Harris deliver home this time? A payoff pitch. Went for the slider, it misses. A Nick's Restaurant walk. Second of the game for Harris on the mound. And it will set the table for Justin Fallon. He grounded out back in the first inning. And the Tech signee climbs in for attempt number 2. Hit his first home run of the season against Smith County on Friday.
And that was a home run in 30 out of 30 ballparks.
Yeah, that ball was
No matter
tanked.
where you go.
I was watching. That ball was tanked, as most of his typically are when they get out of here. Harris trying to buckle back down. He's had traffic on the base paths already today.
And for the Bees, you'd really love to get that one back that you gave up here in this inning. Get it back right away. You've got the Meteor lineup up. And then see if you can't get Alec Wilson a little bit of momentum going into the bottom part of the inning.
It's a get-over fastball there from Harris right down Main Street, 0-1. Green takes his lead at first. They did try to swipe one bag back in the second inning. There's that slider again. It's good, but it misses in and up. 1-1.
Justin also took one to the back of the head against Smith County, so that one might be thinking about it a little bit.
You see those breaking balls, the sliders, when they start up end and then dip away, you just can't even swing at it.
Yeah.
If he catches the zone, it's lethal. Throw over, Green dives back in time. Little token show of a bunt from Fallon. He could bunt. He's got speed, but he can also park one, so it's a tough choice if you're Wes Shanks in the third base coaching box.
Third baseman not playing in either.
Another throw over. Green back in time. Schote holding him on the bag. The chess match is on. Chris Worsing on deck for the Bees. Heart of their order here. Trailing 1-0 on the road. Harris going to come home to Fallon. That one misses up, and a great job by Talent to snag it. 2-1.
Yeah, you said it. That was quite literally a snag. Just kind of throw the glove up there and try to catch up to it. Was able to do so kind of at the last second. Was expecting it more down in the zone. Misses upstairs, and good count here to Fallon at the plate.
2 balls, 1 strike. He swings at this one, sends it way up into the air, angling back. I can't see anything today.
Oh, it's way out of play.
Yeah, that ball was hit a mile up there. 2-2. I mean, I looked up and that ball was already way past me. He's going to that high stuff a lot. He's had a lot of success with it. On the mound has Harris. 2-2. Slider, great pitch, called strike 3. A wicked slider in there for out number 2.
Yeah, kind of started it up, was able to get it to drop just enough at the top part of that zone. And a really good pitch with a breaking ball with a 2-strike count on Justin Fallon.
Chris Worsing will climb in. That is a huge pitch considering the circumstances on the mound for Sully Harris, who is building confidence here in the middle of this ball game. Now Chris Worsing grounded out in the first inning. Climbs back in here. First pitch fastball misses up. And again, you talk about that release, that slider from where it starts way back behind him and then rips around. I mean, that's just tough to track. It's a really effective pitch.
He's a big kid too, so kind of that slower release like we've talked about makes it difficult.
The 1-0 to Worsing. That one dives across, 1-1.
He's definitely found a groove here. He's got the one run across. A little bit of momentum going now for the Dragons.
Still, goose eggs for the Bees. Comes the 1-1. Got him on the inside pitch. 1-2. A strike away from heading back to a rowdy home dugout. Braden Green stuck it first. He reached on a walk. And now the sophomore Chris Worsing back in. Harris, as Green takes off, slider, sent Fallon out of play. Ooh, safe.
It's over him in the field.
Umpire needs more baseballs here.
Another one of those fields, not the biggest net in the world, so a lot of them are going out of play.
1 ball, 2 strikes here to Chris Worsing as we'll reset for the new baseballs. Green's over at first. There was a hit and run on there. He brought the slider in, and Worsing fouled it off. Carson Schote behind him on deck.
It was a really good jump for Braden Green as well. Wouldn't be surprised if he checked over to first.
Yeah, we've seen several throws over there already. And it will just be a step off and walk him back. Worsing stays in. Harris looking to get out of this inning. Green takes off again. That one misses upstairs. No throw. It's a Turfmaster stolen base for Braden Green. And the Bees have a runner in scoring position with a 2-2 count.
Yeah, that's the advantage with that longer release is you are able to get some good jumps, especially with the righty on the mound. Not able to see you take off right away, and good jump by Braden Green to get the stolen base.
Attention for the Dragons, though, on home plate. Trying to get this out. Here comes the 2-2 to Worsing. Fastball inside. That one sent way up into the air. Could be a tough play. Long way to go. Angling into foul territory. Back, and it goes back. Just foul. It almost dove back into the ballpark. And instead, on the left side of the foul line, we, of course, don't have a great view on it, but it's 2-2. And Worsing will retreat. That was going to be a very tough play. And Good effort by Stewart to try and track it.
It was so high up there as well. At the hang time, the Braden Green had scored by the time it actually hit and made contact.
Instead, it's 2-2. And everybody will try and reset. That ball stayed up forever. Another 2-2. Slider, this one rolled over. Stewart with more work, fields it cleanly, loads up, throw to first in time for out number 3. And the Dragons defense puts up another goose egg on the scoreboard. We'll head to the bottom half. It's 1-0 York. This is high school baseball presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to support student athletes and athletic departments throughout the Upper Cumberland. They're also proud to sponsor the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game on this broadcast. From trophies to t-shirts, they can do it all. Stop by and see them at 120 Circle Drive in Allgood or give them a call at 931-537-9559. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to sponsor this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Let the bidding begin. It's time for the show, and you know it's gonna go high. There's a buzz in the air, and people come from everywhere to hear the auctioneer cry. The sound of the gavel never gets old when you hear an EJ say so. Live or online, we handle auctions of any kind.
Call Aminette's Eagle Auction at 526-5335, where we soar higher.
Welcome back. Alec Wilson back on the mound in the bottom of the third inning. 1-0 Dragons on top here on their home field. Good baseball game here. Little small ball the difference right now for York. Upperman strands a base runner on the base paths. The second time they've done that. Due up here for the Dragons, top of the order. Garrett, and Schote. And it'll be Garrison Garrett, who struck out looking to open the game, climbing in here for attempt number 2 against the senior righty.
Yeah, and against this top third of the lineup, Alec Wilson got a couple of guys aboard back in that first inning, was able to work around it, though, and get out of the inning. But it was the first time that really the Bees had kind of dealt with multiple base runners. They hadn't had too many in these last 3 games.
First pitch swinging here. This one sent foul and out of play. Again, right back where Jacob told me to park.
I said the outfield,
it's 0-1.
to be fair.
You gave me options, but you said there first, and I kept going, so. You're not getting out of that one.
How's it on me?
You're not getting out of that one.
It's your vehicle.
The 0-1. Yeah, I didn't park it there. And now we believe the first curveball of the game thrown from Alec Wilson. Second time through the lineup. Some may say you're going to see a lot of curveballs thrown by Alec Wilson here. Oh, that's right. Second one. The first one bounced away. Good point from the press box boys who are not in the press box today. Here comes the 0-2. Fastball misses up. 1-2. The press box boys follow us wherever we go. We can't get away.
Bleacher boys today.
The Bleacher boys. Here comes the 1-2. There's the breaking ball. Called strike 3. It's a Thompson Machinery and Cat Rental Store strikeout, and that was nasty.
Yeah, that was. I mean,
was nasty.
It had him backing out right away. And listen, I'd have done the same thing. It was starts it right at your elbow, breaks it off of there, catches the inside corner. It's really tough to stay in there and swing at it.
Blade Garrett climbs in. He grounded it out in the first inning. And there's the breaking ball again, 0-1. Every once in a while, we call something correct. A lot of breaking balls here. Second time through so far for Alec Wilson. Here comes the 0-1. And that fastball spiked into the ground, 1-1. Sun beginning to set. It'll get chilly out here tonight.
Yes, it will up here on the mountain.
Yes, indeed. The 0-1. Fastball closer, but missed low. 2-1. Keep in the comments who you are, where you're watching from, who you're cheering for. The 2-1. Yeah, check swing offered at it, 2-2. Of course, 2 teams covered by UCR going at it today. Happy to be along with you. I don't believe Blade Garrett thought he went around. The umpire said he did.
Our secondary umpire back here in the stands was helping out,
Secondary umpire. Here comes the 2-2 home. And that one swung on and missed. A Thompson Machinery and Cat Rental Store strikeout. Back-to-back punch-outs for Alec Wilson. And here comes Brody Schote. He hit a single back in the first inning. Was left stranded at second.
And again, he's gone to that curveball a lot more here in this second inning, this third inning, I should say, second time through the lineup. And obviously kind of getting that timing just off just a little bit.
First pitch swinging. This one chopped over. Worsing fields it cleanly. Long throw in time for out number 3. And a quick 1-2-3 inning by the Upperman defense. And just like that, we'll head to the middle frames. 4, 5, 6 do up for the Bees when we come back. Coverage presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Watson Chevrolet is proud to present the area's best selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Watson Chevy's staff of experts are ready to get you into your next vehicle with unmatched service and knowledge. Stop in at 2350 Cookeville Highway and test drive the all-new Chevy Trax or Silverado today. And remember, don't buy till you see Jason Fye. Watson Chevy is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the UCR Media Network. The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate proudly presents this beautiful 3-bedroom, 2.5-bathroom home located just south of Cookeville. Boasting 2,700 square feet and a 2-car garage, this home features a very open floor plan with hardwood floors. You'll find great custom touches throughout, including a welcoming covered porch. For more information, visit chadandamycrouch.com or call 931-979-1191 for more information.
Top of the 4th, 1-0 Dragons. Upperman's offense been held in check by Sully Harris on the mound. It's Shoup, Wilson, Yano due up for the Bees in this half. I'm Noah, that's Jacob. Happy to be along with you. We'll have broadcast coverage coming up later in the week somewhere.
Maybe.
Thursday.
Maybe.
Softball game. We need to check the little Tigerette schedule out.
Well, I just say maybe the weather.
Yeah, the
weather might have
weather kind of stinks.
Other sayings.
It's good weather today, though.
Perfect.
And I think a big part of this performance so far for York has got to go into that coaching box. They got the right matchup on the mound, and Sully Harris is giving the Bees all sorts of problems through 3 innings.
Yeah, we were talking about it before we got here today, wondering if Schote would be on the mound. He pitched really well against Watertown the last time out, and they lost 3-0, but both teams really played well in that game. They just weren't able to get any runs across, but really, for Harris, he didn't really quite know maybe what to expect just because there were so many errors in the field last time he was on the mound. Well, they've been able to clean those up, and a big reason why they're up right now is because of the defensive play.
Carson Shoup climbs in. He reached in a hard-hit error, stole a base, and then was left stranded at third back in the 2nd inning. Closest speed of scoring so far. First pitch swinging here. He sends it up and out of play. Foul.
And this is where Harris has gone. He's gone up in that zone where we see Alec Wilson likes to hit the outside part of the plate. It's been up in the zone here for Harris and gets a lot of those pop-ups and foul balls out of play.
0-1 coming to Shoup. And that is a great slider. In there, swung on and missed 0-2.
Yeah, it's really tough when you go up in the zone, then you start the breaking ball at the same spot and break it off of it.
Yeah, that is textbook right there for Sully Harris on the mound. Trying to work through the heart of this Upperman order. Comes the 0-2. Went right to the slider, got the swing and a miss again. And it's another punch out for Harris, who opens up the frame in impressive fashion.
That's exactly what you're looking for in an AB for Harris. Fastball, breaking ball away, and get him to chase.
Alec Wilson walked back in the 2nd inning. He'll climb in here for attempt number 2. Trying to help his own cause. Juju Yano behind him. Been quick so far through the order for Sully Harris. First pitch misses away there to Wilson, 1-0. Looking for victory number 7 of the season are the Dragons. Upperman trying to stretch their winning streak to 5 games. Comes the 1-0. This one chopped over. Shortstop ranges up, fields cleanly. The throw to first in time. Nicely done in the field by Blade Garrett for out number 2.
Bees just haven't been able to find solid contact against Harris on the mound.
And that is now 4 straight Bees retired by Harris in the York defense. Giugiano struck out swinging on a slider in the dirt in his first appearance. He's trying to solve the young man on the mound.
Seen a lot of the ground balls. Just a couple of pop flies, but not any solid contact yet.
First pitch went right to the slider. That time Yano lays off. 1-0, and yeah, for an Upperman team that's been hammering the ball into the outfield over the fence, they have 2 flyouts today. Everything else has been in the infield or strikeouts. And one of those was second baseman ranging back.
Multiple games last week of double-digit hits. Had a streak going of double-digit hits in games.
Yeah, they're going to need a miracle to get double-digit hits in this one. As that one gets away, it's 2-0. And The other flyout, by the way, was on the first AB of the game for Braden Green in the right.
And the only time they didn't have double-digit hits last week was when they had 8 hits and a run rule, so they just didn't get the innings.
Yeah, 3 straight run rules for them. York instead today with a 1-0 lead. Fastball. Wow. Called a strike, 2-1.
That one was inside.
That was low and inside. That was a. See if Sully Harris can capitalize on that one. Here comes the 2-1. Yano fouls this one off, and those are why those matter, because now it's 2-2 instead of 3-1. That was the first real bad miss of the game behind the plate. That one was pretty bad.
You could see that one on the camera.
Yeah, that one was. He had to pick it. Here comes the 2-2 to Yano. Went for the slider, got him swinging at it in the dirt, and it will tag him out for strikeout number 2 of the inning, and 3 in the last 5 batters for Sully Harris on the mound. Another goose egg on the scoreboard for the Bees. We'll head to the bottom half. York looking for more, leading 1-0. Coverage presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
The Quality Family, a local company supporting and caring for our local communities. The Quality Family offers services to get you back to the game. From bracing to oxygen and everything in between, we can meet your medical equipment needs with Buckeye Home Medical Equipment. If you have an in-home need for strength and conditioning, for example after a surgery or injury, Quality Home Health is available to provide individualized care while you are on the mend. For those with end-of-life diseases, Quality Hospice is available to provide nurturing care during those difficult times. Choose the Quality family of services for care within your community. Visit thequalityfamily.com to navigate all we have to offer you.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Visit swallowsinsurance.com or call us today, 931-526-4025. Protecting your future, it's what we do.
We head to the bottom of the 4th inning. The York Dragons lead 1-0 over Upperman. Talent, Stewart, and Moon do up as they look for some insurance here. Alec Wilson has 44 pitches, 34 strikes. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Thompson Machinery and Cat Rental Store strikeout, and he's in line for a loss. Because on the other side, Sully Harris has been really good, as is the York defense around him, and Upperman can't touch him right now. So Wilson trying to keep it where it is as the first pitch is sent on a rope into right field, angling back to the fence. Goodbye baseball. Tanner Talent jumps on the first pitch of the half inning and sends it over the right field fence.
Yeah, I mean, they've been swinging early in counts. Alec Wilson puts a fastball on the inside half of the plate, and Tanner Talent just jumps right on top of it. We talked about it. You catch one here out to right field, and you're going to have a good chance. A good swing there by Talent, and a 2-0 lead.
Probably about a 330-foot home run over the right field fence. It wasn't way out, but it got out, and it's 2-0 as York doubles up their lead here in the 4th. And Davey Stewart will climb in. He struck out his first plate appearance, and the first pitch misses low to him for a ball. And just ambushed the first pitch of the inning. Did Talent. And a bounce-back pitch for Wilson as he fires it across with a fastball, 1-1.
Had fallen off. He's back in his groove.
Yeah, York would love some insurance here. They've held the B lineup in check. They know they can score. Here comes the 1-1. Breaking ball across for a strike. It's 1-2.
That's disgusting.
Wilson dealing quickly. The 1-2. Called strike 3. There's the makeup. It's a Thompson Machinery and Cat Rental Store strikeout for Alec Wilson.
Oh, what a response by Alec Wilson. You throw the first pitch, gets cranked out of there. You're able to bounce back, a nice couple of breaking balls, and then go bottom part of the zone, get a called strike 3. First down of the inning.
Anderson Moon will climb in. He struck out swinging. That's the 6th punch out for Alec Wilson, and the breaking ball is working. Second time through the lineup as it's 0-1.
Got a heavy dose of it, like you said, the second time through, and it's had a good amount of success so far.
And now he can go wherever he wants. 0-2. That one waved at and missed, and this is a big bounce back by a senior after giving up the shot on the first pitch of the inning. Here comes the 0-2. He waits this time. Now fires a breaking ball, and a good job by Moon to lay off that one. 1-2.
That one broke too much.
It started about belt high and dove out of the zone into the dirt. It's a tough take, and it was a good one. A 1-2 from Wilson. This one, foul tipped off the mask of rookie Allison. That'll wake you up. And the baseball got caught on the other side of the brick wall. They got it. Another 1-2 from Alec Wilson. Curveball, called strike 3. Another Thompson Machinery and Cat Rental Store strikeout from Alec Wilson, who bounces back nicely for 2 back-to-back Ks.
I mean, it's breaking so much that rookie Allison hasn't been able to catch the last 2, and I don't think it's anything rookie's doing. I think it's just breaking that much. It's so tough to actually get the glove, too, and keep it in.
Drew Wright had some textbook baseball his first time up. Hit a single, stole a base, moved over on a sac fly, and then scored on a wild pitch. He climbs in here with 2 outs as the first pitch misses low and outside. The 1-0, that one across for a strike, 1-1. It's his favorite spot, and that time he's able to get back there.
That's where Wright was able to hit it out to right field.
1-1. This one sent up into the air. Justin Fallon ranges back. Unlimited range for the center fielder. And he makes the catch for out number 3, but not before some fireworks on the solo home run for Tanner Talent. Makes it 2-0. We'll head to the 5th with the Dragons on top. Coverage presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
What if opportunity was all in a day's work?
We find new ways to make vacation dreams a reality. And that inspires me to do my best work every single day.
What if you can make a real impact in people's lives with a team that cares?
What I do matters, not just for guests, but for my team. We rely on each other each and every day.
What if your work inspired fun and moved people?
We put the world on vacation. Our job is to make people happy. Inspiring travelers around the world to live their best lives never stops being fulfilling.
At Travel and Leisure, what if can be what is. Stop wondering. Join the travel movement and start a career where memories start with you.
We got a good game developing, and we got a gem developing from Sully Harris on the mound for the York Dragons. He's through 4 clean innings. Base runners for the Bees on 2 errors back in the second and a couple of walks. You can fill in the blanks. 7, 8, 9 due up for the Bees here in the 5th. Carson Holroyd, rookie Allison, and Evan Huddleston will try and solve the big right-hander on the mound in Jamestown.
And we've talked about it. There's been no solid contact yet either from the Bees. It's been a really, really good day from Harris, who's going to try to keep it going here in the 5th.
Holroyd reached on one of those errors. The first pitch is across for strike 1, and they have not figured out the tall pitcher with the fun motion that starts up high and dives away. It has been federal penitentiary in the batter's box for the Bees today. Here comes the 0-1. That one misses a little bit up at end, 1-1.
And Carson was even trying to call time there, not granted it, had to step back in.
And now Wes Shanks and him going to have a word. The infield is bumpy in Jamestown, and we haven't seen a ton of bunts shown. And I think Wes Shanks may not be thrilled the fact that he wasn't granted time, potentially. And that's just me guessing. So there's going to be a discussion between him and the home plate umpire. Wes Shanks never overly animated. But I can tell from his body language that he's not happy right now about something. And he's not happy at all about it. I mean, that is as, and it's going to sound, that's as animated as you're going to see Wes Shanks be. He's clearly not happy about whatever just happened, as it's what it was.
I guess it was the trying to ask for time and not being requested.
And now he's hyping up his tape. I mean, you spend a lot of time with Wes Shanks on a headset. He is not happy right now.
Yeah.
Here comes the 1-1 to Holroyd. That one misses a little bit low and in.
Oh, and like you said, trying to use that a little bit to juice his team up, trying to get them going at the plate a little bit. Not a ton of juice right now for the Bees.
He usually doesn't spend that much time out there in a discussion as the 2-1 slider. Close, but no cigar, 3-1. We're starting to lose some friends.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, that was a good pitch. That was I mean, maybe it was slightly in when it come across, but that's a good pitch. Here comes the 3-1. That one misses up and in. Ball 4. It's a Nick's Restaurant walk for Carson Holroyd to lead off the inning. And how about just the second leadoff base runner in the game for the Bees? Rookie Allison grounded into an inning double play with the bases loaded in the second. How big was that moment?
Oh, yeah.
He'll climb in here with a runner on first and nobody out.
Well, and even before that, it looked like it was just going to be second and third, but then they changed the call over at first, loads the bases, and then able to get the double play afterwards.
Big lead for Holroyd over at first, and there will be a throw over. And he certainly could try to take off here.
And for the Bees now, you're getting deeper into the ball game. You're going to get a little bit more aggressive now, trailing by the 2 runs.
Holroyd 1 for 2 on the season, and he's got a healthy lead at first. Pitch coming home. Allison sends this one way up into the air. Center fielder ranges under it. Right has a beat on it. Now jumps up and makes the catch for out number 1.
And rookie, that's one of the harder hit balls that we've seen from the Bees today, but just routine fly ball out into the center field.
Now Evan Huddleston going to climb in here in a big spot. Runner at first with 1 out in the top of the 5th.
Yeah, and with 1 out, might expect to see him bunt, especially with the speed that he has down that third base line.
He flew out. Second baseman had to go a long way to get it back in the second, or the third inning rather, for Huddleston. Second AB here.
He is up in the box.
Got the bat on his shoulder now, and he's going to show a bunt. Pulls back as that one misses up and in, 1-0. And Stewart knows he has to be good. He's crashing in at the corners.
Evans already bunted for 1 single and did it against Smith County.
The senior awaits. I like the bat for Huddleston. I don't usually get a good look at him this close. White and red. Holroyd takes his lead at first. Now he'll take off. Huddleston takes the whole way. The throw is high, and he'll get into the outfield. Holroyd going to stay put at second on a Turfmaster stolen base. And we'll see if that changes the calculus at all, as it's a 2-0 count to Evan Huddleston.
Yeah, you still could try, especially with a runner on second base. Kind of changes the defense a little bit. You go down that third base line and kind of put them in a tough spot.
And you're also thinking if a bad throw goes to first, you could score the first run of the game for yourselves. 2 balls, no strikes here. And first time in a while that Sully Harris has had to work through a little bit of trouble. Holroyd reached on a walk. He advances on his second stolen bag of the year. Allison then flew out, and now Evan Huddleston's at the plate with top of the order looming. 2-0. Huddleston's going to swing away. That one caught a strike, 2-1. For Harris, he's at 68 pitches now. 35 strikes, effectively wild. Here comes the 2-1, rather. Make it 60. That 0 looks like an 8, Petey. We got to fix that. It's 60. It's got a line through it. We don't need the line on the 0. That looks like an 8. 3 balls, 1 strike to Huddleston. I'm not taking full blame. I can read the difference between an 8 and a 0, okay? Save your emails. The 3-1. Huddleston shows bunt again. Pulls back, ball 4. Another Nick's Restaurant walk. That's been the one blemish today for Harris. It's now his 4th walk issued, and it sets the table for Braden Green. He's the go-ahead run coming to the plate with 1 out, and we're going to have a trip out to the mound here for York. And I imagine this is just a discussion, but it's about to be the 3rd time through this Upperman lineup. He's been really good. I mean,
he's at 70 pitches.
I don't know if you want to
take talked about
this away from. He's working on something out there, and I think it's just going to be a discussion here on the mound. Big moment here, though, Jacob, in the ball game.
Yeah, it is. 1 out. You've got runners on first and second. Now you're back to the top of the lineup for the Bees, and Braden Green, who has been really, really good ever since being put into that leadoff spot. They're looking to do some damage here in this 5th inning, trailing by 2 runs. Bees haven't been in a situation, they haven't had a game like this yet this season. Even in the games that they've lost by a lot.
They either won by a lot or they've lost by a lot.
Exactly. And they haven't had these close games where there haven't been a lot of runs across.
And they haven't had this close game with their whole team here.
Right.
So that is a big change here as Braden Green will climb in. He is 0 for 1 with a walk, a stolen base, and a fly out to right.
He is up on the plate as well.
He's way up in the box. He shows bunt. Harris, as he tries to slap it down, and it goes foul. 0-1. Holroyd was almost a third already.
It's good choice to go with the breaking ball on
Plenty
the first
of
pitch.
speed out there. Huddleston at first. Holroyd has stolen a bag once. Sully Harris trying to work through the danger here. And he's got a huge bat looming. My goodness, you would love a double play if you're a Dragons fan. Justin Fallon is
also
on deck.
why you might bunt.
See what they do here at the 0-1. Green shows bunt, pops it up into the air. It's 0-2, and now the calculus changes. Those high pitches are smart against the bunt for that reason right there.
Yeah, went with the breaking ball that first time, obviously not knowing if he was going to bunt or not. You're probably knowing he's going on the second time, so you elevate the fastball and throw it again.
What will they do here with 2 on, 1 out, and an 0-2 count? Harris, gonna deal. Green sends this one into right field. It is down for a base hit. Holroyd gets the go side. Right fielder loads up. The throw home. Not in time. An RBI single for Braden Green, and the deficit cut in half for the Bees. And here comes that man, Justin Fallon, to the batter's box.
That's what Braden Green's been doing these last couple of weeks, starting on Monday against White County when he got thrown into the leadoff spot. He has not let up whatsoever. A big swing of the bat. Obviously not the biggest swing of the bat, but it is the first hit of the game for the Bees, able to put it into the outfield. Carson Holroyd running hard the whole time, and he does his job.
Justin Fallon entered today batting .571, but he's 0 for 2. Maybe the first time this season he's been 0 for 2. A ground out and a strikeout so far. He has reached in every game this season that he's played in. First pitch, that one misses low and outside. And a walk, even though it would load the bases, is far from the worst thing in the world right now if you're Sully Harris, as the game is tightened again. Now 2-1, Dragons with the lead, but the Bees are threatening in the top of the 5th. The 1-0 to Fallon. He took a huge cut at that one. It's 1-1.
I don't know if you don't keep throwing it on that outside part of the plate. You don't want to catch too much of the plate here with a couple of runners on and still a 1-run lead.
Unquestionably, the biggest bat in the Upper Cumberland is in that right-handed batter's box right now. And a look back, nobody covering the bag, so Huddleston will jog back in. Green's at first, Huddleston's at second. By the way, that broke up a no-hitter for Sully Harris. He was working on it. I was alluding to it. Wasn't going to jinx him, though. Here comes the 1-1. Slider dips out of the zone, 2-1.
It's a really good layoff there because it starts and it looks like it's going to be right over the middle of the plate and breaks towards the bottom of the zone into the dirt.
2 balls and 1 strike here. 1 run across for the Bees. Dragons still have the lead. The 2-1 to Fallon. That one did not come out clean. The runners are going to advance over as it tips off the glove of Talent. And it's going to be a wild pitch, and now the go-ahead run in scoring position for the Bees.
Yeah, now on 3-1, you don't want to make the mistake with the runners on second and third. Obviously, it doesn't get easier with Chris Worsing in the on-deck circle, but
the
Justin Fallon,
power equation does change. 3 balls
Justin
and
Fallon's
1 strike.
looking for 1 spot.
Here comes a huge pitch. Harris misses, ball 4, Nick's Restaurant walk. Fallon heads down to first. Not the worst thing in the world for the Dragons, but Chris Worsing, who's also 0 for 2, maybe for the first time this season, with 2 ground outs, will climb in here. The Dragons looking for their second inning double play. The Bees trying to take the lead on the road.
Yeah, and Tanner Talent going out to the mound, having a conversation, a good spot there, especially allowing a few base runners now, giving up your first hit. And again, you just get 1 ground ball. They've already turned 1 double play. You get 1 ground ball, and you still have the lead going into the next inning.
And now, talk about high leverage situations. Why you want to play this game if you're these 2 teams. Here's a big spot for the young sophomore, Chris Worsing. Most traffic on the base paths by a mile. The Bees have brought 1 across, and they have the bases loaded again. First pitch swinging for Worsing, and he rips it foul. Tried to ambush the first pitch he saw. Second bases loaded situation of the day for Upperman. Empty-handed the last time. Here comes the 0-1 to Worsing. That one misses up and in. 1-1, and ricochets around a couple of times but stays in the dirt.
We've seen Harris get a little bit more wild here in this 5th inning.
Yeah, this next pitch will be number 74 for him. 41 of them have been strikes.
Obviously 75, you got to sit out a few days.
1-1 to Worsing. He sends this one way up and out of play. He went chasing the chest-high fastball and sends it onto the street. 1 ball, 2 strikes for Harris. Man, a punch-out would be huge here.
They're looking for baseballs right now.
We got him.
Just a couple, though. They're running thin.
Somebody head down to Walmart real quick. Well, Coach Pyle's here. I'm sure he knows where the baseball stash is somewhere around here. We may need some more. Chris Worsing, 1-2. Sully Harris trying to get out of a major league jam. 3-hole hitter in the Upperman lineup. Here comes the 1-2. Slider. Worsing sends this one up into left field, angling back, and it is down. One hops into the fence. 1 run will score. Everybody else will move up just 1 bag because they had to hold, but it is a game-tying RBI single for Chris Worsing.
A really good piece of hitting there by Chris Worsing, and you said it. Only 1 run scores because had to wait and see if it was going to get down. It does get down. It looked like had a good beat on it in left field, but how about Chris Worsing, one of the deeper ones that he's hit this season, almost all the way to the fence, and still the damage not done for the Bees, who are trying to maybe get a couple more out there with the bases loaded.
Luther will in left field, gave it a run, but couldn't get there as now Shoup climbs in. Same situation. Bases loaded with 1 out. That one misses up and in, and I wonder at what point will we see a move out of that York dugout because the control has started to flee, and Upperman 3rd time through, they're starting to time it up a little bit. Here comes the 1-0. Shoup turns on this one. That is way up into the air. Under it is Wright. Trying to line it up. Tagging up is Green, and he's going to score. An RBI sac fly for Carson Shoup gives the Bees the lead. It's 3-2.
Yeah, a really good job by Carson Shoup. That's all you need to get yourself the lead. Put it deep enough into the outfield. Does exactly that. And now the Bees are back on top for the first time in this game in the 5th. And again, go back to the start of this inning. And Coach Shanks coming down and kind of getting a little bit animated on not getting the granted time call and trying to hype his team up a little bit.
Yeah, to your
Seems
point,
like it's working pretty well.
It's a frustrating moment, but he was really upset about it, and it did maybe do the job, sparked his team a little bit. As Wilson 0 for 1 today with a walk and a ground out, trying to give some insurance to himself. He's got a ton of speed at second in the form of Fallon. Anything into the outfield likely makes it 4-2 for Sully Harris. You get a big second out. Now you're trying to limit the damage. He's been really good today, but now finds himself down as that one bounces in. A nice block by Talent behind the dish.
Yeah, he's been really solid. And a couple of pitches that have been down, but able to stay in front. There's been a couple that have been up in the zone, too, that he's had to kind of jump out of the crouch to get to, but been able to get to them.
Against the 5th inning for Upperman. They have been really good in 5th innings this year, especially in this run. Here comes the 1-0. Good pitch on the inside corner, 1-1. Best pitch of the inning for Sully Harris. This is the 8th hitter of the inning for the Bees. Wilson at the plate, another big bat. Juju Yano behind him. Harris got to find a way to get out of this. Here comes the 1-1, and he will not as this one's ripped into center field. Down. Fallon rounds third. He's heading home. Here comes a throw in from center. Not in time. An RBI single for Alec Wilson, and the Bees now lead by 2.
That ball was hit hard by Alec Wilson out to center, kind of tailing away. Dives down in front of right out in center field, and what a job by Alec Wilson helping himself out on the mound, giving himself some insurance. And now he's going to have the lead next time he goes out on the mound.
Ryland Case comes out to run again. No move yet from that York dugout. 4 spot here. The 9th hitter of the inning is Juju Yano. 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. And after not getting a hit in the first 4, all of a sudden this B offense has roared to life. 3 singles in the frame. They have a couple of walks to go along with it, and everything's into the outfield here.
Brain Green ripped the lid off, and it has not let up ever since.
First pitch into Yano, and he went big game chasing that time. Fouls it back 0-1. This game flipped in a hurry. It was all York cruising. No hitter on the mind, and now it's the exact opposite. And Alec Wilson, who's been dealing on the other side, has just been overshadowed, has a lead. Here comes the 0-1. Again, that slider. It's such a good pitch. And we've got a great angle on it as it starts. It didn't miss, but it starts way high and dives back down.
Yeah, that's the toughest part about it. Is you've got Harrison on the mound, who's a big kid, and it starts up and breaks down.
And Yano sends this one up into the air. Right angling over and calling him off, and left is Luther, and that will retire the side. The Bees bring 4 across to take a 4-2 lead. Alec Wilson back to work on the mound when we come back. Coverage presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Discover this stylish and modern 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom home with an open split bedroom floor plan designed for comfort and convenience. With 3,318 square feet under one roof, plus a bonus room over the garage and 1,400 square foot basement. Located in the Brookstone subdivision, this home is just minutes from Cookeville. The builder is also offering up to 3% in closing cost assistance. Call Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate at 931-979-7145.
Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to be the presenting sponsor of Upperman Athletics on UCR.
Located at 755 Buffalo Valley Road in Cookeville, Gentry's Power Equipment is your local steel dealer. With a huge selection of outdoor power equipment, including chainsaws, blowers, trimmers, mowers, pressure washers, and more. They are your local one-stop shop for high-quality equipment. Locally owned and operated, Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to support Upperman Athletics and UCR.
Proudly introducing Upper Cumberland Generators for all your home power solutions. Locally owned and operated, Upper Cumberland Generators are here to make sure you have peace of mind no matter the situation. With new and reliable generators. Call 931-265-1702 for more information or to order yours today. Upper Cumberland Generators is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
This game is different now. A 4-2 Upperman lead as we head to the bottom of the 5th. Alec Wilson back to work, and now York looking to do what their opponent just did. 8-9-1 due up, and they're looking for a rally as Matthew Luther will climb in first. And the first pitch is a breaking ball from Wilson that misses inside for Alec Wilson today. He's been cruising. It was just a little blip early. And then the solo home run. As this one is ripped over, Justin Fallon has a beat on it, and he'll range up to make the catch for out number 1.
Yeah, well-struck ball, but like you said, Justin Fallon, as you always say, unlimited range out center field. Didn't have to work too hard for that one, was able to get to it.
Well, he's just such a big weapon for this Upperman team because everything in the center seems like it's going to get caught.
Yeah.
They have so much confidence out there. As now Landon Shoemake, grounded out to first, will climb back in here for attempt number 2 against Wilson. This is pitch number 58 for Alec Wilson, and that is...
I think that one slipped out a little bit.
just a bit inside.
Not too many times you see that. I don't think he had a great grip on that one.
7 punch-outs so far for Wilson. That was a better pitch. Maybe a little bit up and in.
Trying to go with the effectively wild.
Yeah, that's not usually his MO, but he was on that pitch. As this one's ripped up. You know what we call that? That's the Caden Shanks.
Yeah, right. Throw it 90 miles an hour behind their head and then pump them in there.
Now it's 2-1 from Wilson to Shoemake. That's a great pitch. And I think he was guessing breaking ball potentially as he holds it up, and it's 2-2. And the crowd is in it right now. This has been a fun environment for a high school baseball game. And a well-played game. Here comes the 2-2. Swung on and missed. Another Thompson Machinery and Cat Rental Store strikeout for Alec Wilson. Wow.
How about that? You started off, you throw it 10 feet off the plate and completely miss everything and able to get it in there, come back all the way for another strikeout.
8 punch-outs for Alec Wilson so far in the ball game. Garrison Garrett, he's been a victim twice. Both backwards Ks as he climbs in here. 3rd time through now for the Dragons.
Well, like I said, it's not like it's been easy for the Dragons in this one, as that one misses a little bit up on the breaking ball. But
both these pitchers with the breaking pitches have been just awesome today.
Had to manufacture that first run and then the solo shot the second time.
Yeah, nothing manufactured about that one. No, it was tanked on the right field fence. The 1-1 as that one's waved down to miss, and Garrett right now, not sure if he's seeing it. As the 1-1, breaking ball again misses away. Score update, Cookeville routing Laverne tonight, 11-0 for the Cavs.
Goose is out there.
Yes, he's doing double duty, baseball and softball. UpperCumberlandReporter.com. Here comes the 2-1 from Wilson. Fastball, this one's chopped over. First work in a while for Juju Yano. He throws to first, and it can't be picked by Shoup. It was going to be safe anyway. It's going to be an infield single for Garrison Garrett, and it's the first base hit since that home run for the York Dragons, and now the game-tying run comes to the plate in the form of Blade Garrett.
Yeah, and that was going to be really tough anyways because you had both Chris Worsing and Juju Yano going after that baseball, and Worsing, I think, may have thrown Yano off just a little bit. Either way, it was going to be a really tough play. He makes a fairly good throw, but like you said, would have been safe anyways.
Plenty of speed for Garrison Garrett. Now we'll see what Blade can do as he climbs in 0 for 2 with a ground out and a strikeout. First pitch right down Main Street, 0-1. This is a fun game.
Good atmosphere, like you said.
As now, time's going to be calling. We got
a wiffle ball that got thrown onto the field.
Well, and listen, these are obviously no longer district opponents, but they were forever.
Yeah.
Talk about it in a bunch of different sports. The history between Upperman and York, it is there. And now you're seeing it get renewed here as the 0-1's coming. Good pitch across at the knees, and I think old Matt Wilson may have hoped to have the bees on that one as it's called a strike at 0-2. They're doing it in football. That's going to be a fun game just over our shoulder next year. I think Upperman and York playing each other is good. Two of the best fan bases. As that one is the breaking ball waved at it and missed. Allison will throw down in time, and it's another Thompson Machinery and Cat Rental Store strikeout, and they are jawing at each other. Blade Garrett and Alec Wilson giving it to each other, but it's Wilson who gets his 9th punch out of the ball game, and we will head to the 6th. Did I mention Upperman and York get together? Fun stuff happens. Coverage presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
The Real Estate Collective Land and Farm Team represents a dedicated group of individuals possessing a wealth of expertise in land and farm sales. They possess a range of resources at their disposal, all aimed at showcasing the innate qualities of each property. Call 931-559-9500 for more information or see their current listings at letsgorico.com. The Real Estate Collective Land and Farm Team is proud to support student athletes in our area and this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Livingston Regional Hospital is Livingston's hometown hospital. Located at 315 Oak Street, Livingston Regional Hospital provides compassionate, quality care for all patients from local people you can trust, so you can count on them to treat you like family. Their excellent staff offers years of experience and training to meet the needs of all patients. They understand the importance of providing care in a professional and comforting manner. They're proud to partner with Livingston Academy Athletics through the LRH Sports Medicine Team. Livingston Regional Hospital is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Top of the 6th. And this one has gotten interesting. It is 4-2. The game's been really good, and now the chirping has begun on both ways. Two proud programs. I don't even know where it started, but I know it was both ways there as we went to break between Alec Wilson and Blade Garrett.
At the plate.
Yeah, it was those two were going at it, and now it is ballooned. There was a very loud team break from York. The Upperman's very locked in as well. The umpires went and had a word with both squads. It's a little bit chippy. And Sully Harris is back on the mound. We weren't sure if he would be. 4 runs across for the Bees in the 5th. He's back there in the 6th. His pitch count starting to get up a little bit. And they'll face off against Holroyd, Allison, and Huddleston here in the Upperman lineup.
Yeah, the Bees 4 runs across there, and you wondered if they may make a change coming in here to this 6th inning. And you said it, 7, 8, 9 do up in the lineup, but this is where they do a lot of their damages here, 7, 8, 9 for the Bees.
To that point, the last inning started at 7, 8, 9 for the Bees. Carson Holroyd walked, led it off. He singled, walked, stole a base, and came around to score. And everybody's in this game right now. First pitch in is a good one across from Harris for strike 1.
Yeah, both sides making noise now after the ending of that last inning.
Now, listen, you and I, we're a little bit on the more liberal side when it comes to letting them go at it. Not politically, Saberinos. The 0-1 coming in, that one misses low. But I'm saying we're a little pro trash talk, but others are not.
Let them go.
Yeah, so we're okay with it. But I get that some people are not. Is it? You can't get pretty intense.
That's why sports is fun.
That's why we love it. Here comes the 1-1 to Holroyd. Pretty good pitch. Missed a little bit up and in. 2-1. So we'll give you our perspective on it. Let's go. We're going to jaw a little bit.
Let them fly.
See us on the golf course and see what's going on. Here comes the 2-1. Holroyd rips this one over. Second baseman reads it cleanly. Nice throw to first. And Garrison Garrett on his home field with no problem on the slow roller for out number 1.
Yeah, that's a good first down because we've talked about it. This 7-8-9 in the lineup for the Bees, no matter who it is in the 7-8-9, normally one or two of those guys are finding their way on board. That's also a really big out for Harris, who had the 4 runs come across there in that last inning, able to get the first down of the inning here.
Here's a stat for you. On a day where Upperman only has 3 hits, Rookie Allison's the only Bee to not reach base. He climbs in here for attempt number 3, and he will slap this one up into the air. Right reads it cleanly. Gage is up, no problem, and it is a problem. Drops behind him. Looked to be an easy play, and that's going to be an error in the field. It is the 3rd of the game on York defensively. Not sure if it just got lost in the lights or what happened there, but the end result is with 1 out, a runner in scoring position for the Bees.
And a really good job by Rookie Allison, again, running hard the whole time. Instead of being at first base, he's at second base, and now he's going to get a little bit more speed with Cody Lowe coming on to run as well.
So Lowe will run for him, and again, that one, and I apologize, it looked like he had a beat on it the whole way, and then it just dropped behind the glove. And here's Evan Huddleston. He walked and scored back in the last inning. Flew out back in the second. Big moment here as York tries to keep it right where it is. Harris delivers that one, hit right in the middle of the back between the 2 and the 4. And no choice for Evan Huddleston but to wear that one as he'll head down to first. First batter hit by a pitch in the game.
Carson Troop took one of those in the hip against Friendship Christian on Saturday, and one of those where you just can't get out of the way of it. And
I'm a little surprised we haven't had a move for the Dragons, considering here comes Braden Green, who ripped an RBI single. He scored a run. He has a walk and a stolen base, and he has been swinging a ridiculous bat, and he gets attempt number 4 here against Harris with runners at first and second and 1 out. And he'll show bunt, pulls back as that one misses, and you know who's looming for the Bees.
It could be one of those. There is no district games this week, so you could throw Schode in there if you wanted to, but this is one of your top 2 arms. You want to try to trust him and see if he can't work around some trouble.
This one's pitch number 92 that's coming to Braden Green. As he'll throw back, and again, it's a good point that when you don't have, you want to win. There's no question about it, but you also want to, hey, you've got 90 pitches, but now it's a district tournament, and we got to win this game, and you're our best arm, and you got to go figure this one out. And so you want him to have that experience out there, and you have both ends of the coin here. As Green will await a 1-0, everybody steps off. Been a really fun baseball game, but it's the Bees with a lead and threatening for more. A 1-0. Green will rip this one down, and that one could be extra bases. 1 run's going to score with ease. Green rounds first. He's pulling into second, and it's an RBI double for Braden Green. And the Bees now lead 5-2. He does it again.
The tear that Braden Green is on right now is something special for a guy that, I mean, didn't have a ton of playing time last year and even was trying to earn some playing time early on this season. This last week and now week and a half turning into has been tremendous for Braden Green.
Here comes that man. Justin Fallon will climb in. He walked and came around to score back in the 5th, and now for the Dragons, it's gut check time. Runners at second and third with a 1 out. Empty base over at first. Sully Harris trying to battle in, and this is his game right now. That's clear. First pitch slider. Fallon rips this one down for a base hit. 1 run will score. Another run heading for the plate. Here comes the throw. Cut off. Throw home. Tag there. In time for the out. Fallon advances on the throw. It's an RBI single. Good defensive play to keep the additional run across, but it's 6-2 for the Bees.
Yeah, great relay coming in from left. Even with the cut, was a good throw from third base to get Braden Green out at home, and Fallon taking advantage, moving up to second base in the process, but another run across and a little bit more insurance there for the Bees.
RBI number 8 of the campaign. It was RBI number 8 as well for Braden Green, by the way. And now here's Chris Worsing with a runner at second and a 4-run lead for the Bees. First pitch swinging for Worsing. That's going to be a fair ball. It is through for a base hit. Fallon rounds third. He's going to score with ease. Worsing rounds first, and he will retreat back. Probably a smart decision, as that's going to be 7-2, and Fallon He's a little bit hobbled.
He pulled up around third.
And that hamstring has been a problem for Fallon, and he is now limping again back into the home dugout. He was barreling around. He's been trying to ramp it up there. It is an RBI single for Chris Worsing, but all attention for the Bees is on number 11, whose day's about to be done. I can promise you that. As Carson Shoup climbs back in. A throw over is away, and Worsing's going to advance on another error here for York. It is their 4th of the day, and another runner in scoring position here. And for Fallon, you're one thing if you're Upperman, you're thinking you're not playing on Friday probably. You're supposed to play White House. The weather looks terrible. And I'm not sure what the discussion is now. The field umpire had a problem with something out there. And now the home plate umpire is going to call them together, and I'm sure what it is. And I'm going to try to listen. And I got no clue. It's Carson Shoup climbing in. I know that. He has an RBI sac fly today. 3 straight RBI hits for the Bees. And Shoup will climb in with a 7-2 lead and a runner at second as Worsing advanced over on the error. First pitch swinging for Shoup. Sends it way up into the air. Angling back from short. Could be a tough read, but he's able to make the catch. That is a nice job by Blade Garrett for out number 3, but not before the Bees bring 3 more across. It's 7-2. Dragons looking for a rally when we return. Coverage presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Tee Up is the Upper Cumberland's brand new indoor golfing experience. With 3 state-of-the-art simulators, you can work on some of the world's best courses, all in the comfort of their climate-controlled facility. You want to know how you can improve? See everything from club speed to spin rate in seconds. Conveniently located at 141 4th Street in Baxter. Stop in. Visit them online at teupgolfclub.com or call them at 931-559-GOLF to reserve your simulator today. Tee Up is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Iron Vine in Cookeville is the Upper Cumberland's home for delicious Chicago-style pizza, beef, chicken, fish, and more. Located in Cookeville's historic downtown district, Iron Vine's food and atmosphere will keep you coming back for more. Take in stunning views with the UCR team on Tuesday nights at 7, live for the UCR Coaches Show from the rooftop. Fire and Vine is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Changes in the field for the Bees. We saw Justin Fallon come up a little bit hobbled. That hamstring has been a problem throughout the season. He scored, but he's now out of the game. Evan Huddleston moves to center. Rylan Case checks in into left field. And now for York, they find themselves from going up 2-0, cruising through the game, now down 7-2. Shote, Talent, and Stewart, if you're going to get a rally and you're the Dragons, you're going to get it right now with 3-4-5 due up against Alec Wilson.
Yeah, and the Bees, they've obviously taken control of this baseball game. Obviously, no Justin Fallon now in center field, but Evan Huddleston moves over, so still a pretty good center fielder out there.
The first pitch is slap foul, and yeah, that's – and Rylan Case, they're very high on Rylan Case moving forward, but he gets thrown into action here. And again, having Evan Huddleston back is a big boost for this team. 0-1, good pitch, and it's 0-2.
Well, and the biggest thing is this kid on the mound has been really solid tonight. Obviously, the 2 runs have been across, but they've been grinded for the Dragons.
I got a ratio for you after this one. Here comes the 0-2 home from Wilson. Breaking ball. This one slapped over, and that's a great piece of hitting by Brody Shote for a leadoff single. As Case bobbles but gets it in time. Just flicked it off the end of the bat. For Alec Wilson, 72 pitches, 54 strikes. But that's a great piece of hitting by Shote as they tries to jumpstart a rally.
Still not quite as good as what he did the other night against White County, where that ratio was ridiculous. But like you said, Shote, really good job. Outside part of the play, just got the barrel to it, pokes it over the head of Juju Yano with short.
Last pitch, Tanner Talent saw he sent over the right field fence. This time he takes ball 1 on the breaking ball outside. 1-0 as York tries to jumpstart something here. Not insurmountable, but you need some back here. The 1-0, this one was slap foul, 1-1. We're going to need new baseballs. Called it. We got one left.
He had one left, yeah. Yeah, they could get a full-time foul ball person here.
We need one of those dogs.
And
who just
you
goes
would
out
be
and
kept
chases them.
busy.
Here comes the 1-1. Breaking ball caught the outside corner. That's one of the best pitches of the day for Alec Wilson, and it's 1-2.
Yeah, and for rookie, it didn't break quite enough for him. He kind of stuck the elbow out there. He was going to try to frame it and couldn't quite get it out there far enough. It worked out anyways.
Here comes the 1-2. Couple of glances, fastball, called, strike 3. Another Thompson Machinery and Camp Rental Store strikeout for the senior ace from Baxter.
A really good job by Alec Wilson, able to get it outside part of the plate. It doesn't really matter who's at the plate, whether it's a lefty or a righty, likes to work that outside part of the plate.
10 punch-outs. Again, another double-digit strikeout day for Alec Wilson. And time going to be called here as Davey Stewart, who's 0 for 2 with a couple of punch-outs, climbs back in. Pitch to contact no longer is Wilson. How about 51 punch-outs on the season? He's in his 6th inning. That's in 32 innings.
Yeah, 31, 32 innings.
And he got him chasing the high cheese there, 0-1. Bounces back after the leadoff single. Stewart needs to put some pressure on here for the Dragons, trailing by 5. Comes the 0-1. Oh, goodness gracious, that breaking ball is nasty. Misses inside 1-1.
It started above the head of him. Breaks all the way down, and it at least made you think about it.
Stewart and Moon, who's behind him, each 0 for 2 with 2 punch-outs. Righty-righty matchup here, the 1-1 fastball. That is a frame job and a half by rookie Allison. It's 1-2. And I think it's go-home time behind the plate.
I was going to say, that's a very generous
That's
call.
a short sleeve, let's get out of here call. Here comes the 1-2. Breaking ball. Check swing. He didn't go at it. 2-2. Next pitch is number 80 for Alec Wilson. 2-2. And how about punch out number 11? Another Thompson Machinery and Camp Rental Store strikeout. In the words of DJ Callen, another one.
It's been a really good performance again for Alec Wilson, and obviously you got the run support now, so you're just cruising right now if you're Alec Wilson.
And Anderson Moon, he's trying to avoid the sombrero. 0 for 2 so far. First pitch fast, but now once you get that call and you're Alec Wilson, bang, 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 bang. 0-1 there as he fires it across.
And no reason to not go elsewhere.
For a guy who can throw it pretty much where he wants to. That's his spot, the 0-1. Breaking ball, slap foul. He's looking for the trifecta as this one's out of play.
That one's closer to your truck.
That wasn't even close. Kidding me? That was on the other side of the road. The 0-2. I think Alec Wilson wanted a different baseball. We're like, we don't have many more baseballs.
It's the only one he's got.
So you got to throw that one. Moon down 0-2 with a runner at first, been stuck there to the leadoff single. Here comes the 0-2. This one weakly rolled. Going to be a tough play for Yano. Long way to go. Fields cleanly. Throw to first. Juju Yano with a great play in the field to retire the side. York goes down after the leadoff single with 2 punch-outs and a ground-out. We'll head to the final frame. It's 7-2 Bees. Coverage presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to support student-athletes and athletic departments throughout the Upper Cumberland. They're also proud to sponsor the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game on this broadcast. From trophies to t-shirts, they can do it all. Stop by and see them at 120 Circle Drive in Allgood or give them a call at 931-537-9559. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to sponsor this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Let the bidding begin. It's time for the show, and you know it's gonna go high. There's a buzz in the air, and people come from everywhere to hear the auctioneer cry. The sound of the gavel never gets old when you hear an EJ say so. Live or online, we handle auctions of any kind.
Call Amanette's Eagle Auction at 526-5335, where we soar higher.
time for a call to the bullpen for the York Dragons. They give the ball to another right-hander, number 14. Caden Sutton gets the ball in his last outing. He did what, Jacob?
3 2/3. He got a start against Coalfield. Didn't work out too well for him, though. 6 hits, 10 runs, 7 were earned, 4 walks, and 4 strikeouts. Through 87 pitches, 54 of them were strikes.
And remember 2 innings ago when the Bees were getting no hit?
Yeah.
It was 2-0. York looked like they were going to get a huge win rolling, and then this Upperman offense exploded. 7 unanswered runs so far. It is 5, 6, 7. Wilson, Yano, and Holroyd due up here. Not insurmountable for the Dragons, but they're going to need to get out of this and then find some way to solve the leadoff batter, Alec Wilson, who has just been dominant this entire year. And again here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, there really hasn't been a single game. There's been 1 inning against Blackman. That first inning, 3 runs came across, but there were a couple of errors in that inning. Every single time out, though, he's been really, really solid this season. He's been your mainstay at the one spot, and obviously Juju Yano is starting to find his rhythm as well, throwing a no-hitter, obviously, last week, and then pitched really well against Friendship Christian School as well.
So we'll see what Caden Sutton can do against the bottom half of this Upperman order. Again, Justin Fallon's day is done. Came up limping. That hamstring is really the first time to my eye all year that he was really ripping it around the bags and came up limp again as the first pitch. Misses a little bit up to Wilson, 1-0 for Alec Wilson today. He's got an RBI single, a ground out, and a walk to this point. For the Bees, the schedule does work out as Fallon can get back into his routine of trying to get that thing worked on. It's a 1-1. White House on Friday. Doesn't look promising with the weather, but we'll see. Then a series with DeKalb coming up next week. And a 1-1 pitch to Wilson. They'd like to have him for that series, but so far this Upperman team has dominated 7 AAA play. That could change, but they've been clean through 4 games.
It definitely helps, like we said, having Evan Huddleston back so you can throw a guy out in center field that you really trust.
And again, Wilson slaps this one right to where Jacob wanted me to park the truck. It's 1-2.
Don't know how this is being put on me.
I'm just letting you know. Try to throw it on me. I was on you. Here comes the 1-2. File a complaint with HR. It's 2-2.
That'll get me really far.
Somebody's going to think we're serious and start complaining. It's amazing. Comes the 2-2. Wilson slaps this one into the net, and we'll do it again. Good battle developing here between Sutton and Wilson in a 7-2 ball game. Stick around post game. We'll have the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game. Comes the 2-2. Good pitch. Misses inside. Is that ball 4?
It was.
Oh, my bad. And it will be a Nick's Restaurant walk, worked by Alec Wilson. Close but no cigars. That one missed a little bit in.
I should have trusted myself. I looked up at the scoreboard, and I thought I missed one. I didn't.
Here's Juju Yano. He's looking to get it rolling. He's the only Bee to not reach. I misput that on rookie Allison earlier, as there will be a runner in here. Jackson West's going to come on and run this time for Wilson. It was Rylan Case, but he's now in the game in left field. Juju Yano climbs in, 2 strikeouts and a fly out. He's got a runner at first, nobody out, and the Bees are looking for more. First pitch misses up, and for Sutton, to my eye, I think he's throwing probably mid-70s with the fastball. And he's going to have to locate it against these Bee hitters, even against the lower half.
And they're able to work counts. That's something they've done a really good job of all season long.
Yano shows bunt and then gets a little self-preservation. His breaking ball wasn't going to hit him, but started out in there. 2-0.
Don't even want to give it the chance.
And Yano with a little smile that you realize you didn't have to get that far out of there. West takes his lead at first. Sutton really not even looking that way. Yano shows bunt again, pulls back, and it's 3-0. And I do not like how this inning has started for the York Dragons defensively. They got to find a way to get some outs here, or this could balloon. 3-0 for Yano. Right down Main Street. Sutton gets back in it at 3-1.
Yeah, that's exactly what he needed. And then you would love to just get a ground ball here, flip it through the middle. Obviously, West has a good amount of speed running to second base. That's what you're looking for right here. Just a ground ball right back up the middle.
3-1 to Yano. And that one misses outside, ball 4. Back-to-back Nick's Restaurant walks for the Bees. Runners at first and second for Carson Holroyd. And so look to break this game open. And we're going to have a trip to the mound here for York. And we'll see if it's time for a change or not after back-to-back walks.
Not Coach Bowden, so probably just a conversation.
I think Sutton was ready to get the ball up a little bit. He walked out to him and said, no, go back on the mound, young man.
And you said it, though, for this Bees team, started off first 4 innings, no hit, trailing 2-0, now able to come back 7 runs across and leading by 5. And Alec Wilson, that's been the constant throughout. He's been really solid on the mound, even with those 2 runs coming across. Obviously, one was just the solo shot. The other one was the manufactured run across. And he's been able to hold strong and trust his offense to get back out there, and they were able to do so.
It's an Upperman team certainly building confidence the last couple of weeks, and we'll see if anything comes of that limp for Fallon or not, because that's the key cog. I mean, that is the engine of this baseball team offensively. Comes out of that 2-hole. Well, heck, right now it comes out of the leadoff spot with Braden Green, but
it definitely changes.
And I'm not kidding. It does, but it does change. As Holroyd shows bunt, and that one he just able to get out of the way. It's 1-0, and West at second, Yano at first. Plenty of speed for the Bees on the base paths. Rookie Allison on deck behind Holroyd. 1-0. Holroyd pops it up. Really good bunt down the third base line, and everybody's got to be safe. Throw will not come, and that is a textbook bunt single for Carson Holroyd, and the bases are juice for the Bees.
Yeah, just got it deep enough down that third base line. Realized that he wasn't going to be coming in from there with a runner going to third. He's going to stay to cover the bag. Really good bunt down the line, and now bases loaded again for the Bees.
And rookie Allison reached on an error in center field. It was just a pop-up. Got away from the center fielder. We'll try and completely break this game open for Upperman. York was a great start, but this B offense has leaned on him a little bit here. Sutton, that pitch misses upstairs, and he's trying to find the zone right now, 1-0.
Now for Alec Wilson, you got to find a way to stay warm in there in the dugout. It's cooling
chilly.
off a little bit.
Yeah, it's a good point. It is chilly. Allison puts a big cut on that one, and see if that one builds a little confidence for Sutton. Looking for his first out as it's 1-1, and time going to be called here.
Rookie he's trying to play it a couple of that time. Big swing, missed outside.
You look at this stat sheet. If you just cut it off after the 4th inning, you think this is a dominant York win, and then it gets very busy in the 5th, 6th, and now into the 7th.
A lot of base runners these last couple of innings. And for the Bees, they had a few in those first few. They just didn't have any hits, weren't able to move them around. Just reached on the errors.
York got the solo shot. Thought maybe that's enough for talent. Gave him the 2-0 lead, but now they're in a major league jam again. 1-1 count, infield in at the corners for rookie Allison. What's he going to do here? He shows bunt, looking for the squeeze play. Right back up the middle. Throw to first in time for the force. And a nice job there by Sutton for out number 1. Everybody's safe. The bases remain loaded for Evan Huddleston.
Trying a little something there for the Bees. You've already got the 5-run lead. You trust Alec Wilson to get the 3 outs in the inning, so now you're kind of trying a couple of different things here in a non-district game. Not a bad bunt from rookie Allison, and Case just about a step too slow trying to get home.
You're looking at down one of the 2 line. That was West rather running. Case back in the lineup as the first pitch dips away from Huddleston, who is not your ordinary 9-hole hitter. He's been hit by a pitch and walked so far. He scored 2 runs. Sutton looks to third, now comes home. That one misses up, and again, jumping up, no problem. Behind the dish, 2-0, nowhere to put Huddleston, and Braden Green that's looming on deck.
You don't want to face him if you don't have to.
You need a double play. Uh, 2-0. Got the call, 2-1. It's cold. It's a good call.
It's a great call. Sorry, Evan.
It's the call that doesn't even get a groan from the visiting fans. Here comes the 2-1. That one waved at and missed, 2-2, and for Sutton, that's maybe his best pitch. Got to wave at and miss, see if that one has him throwing free.
Yeah, got the call on the outside part. Went back there again, so Evans swinging at it.
Well, will they go to here with a 2-2 to Huddleston? That one sit up and out of play in the foul territory. If one hits the Silverado after all I've talked today, it would be a disaster.
Would have to hit it pretty
Yes,
hard to get out there.
Yes. The 2-2 again. That one misses up, and we run full. Nowhere to put him. 3 balls, 2 strikes, bases loaded here for the Bees with a 1 out in the top of the 7th. And Braden Green stalking on deck.
Who would have thought we'd have been saying that before
good
this
for
season?
him, man. Here comes the 3-2 payoff pitch. Swung on, weakly rolled, and we got a battle here. We'll do it again. The senior at home. Sutton's thinking, what do I got to throw to get this guy out? Infield in at the corners. Double play depth in the middle. Another payoff pitch. Swung on. Guess what? Fouled it off. Let's do it again.
Not going down easy, and obviously it's kind of tough for Evan to sit back on with the slower velocity than what Harris was.
You know where that foul ball ended up?
Where at?
Right where you told me to park. Just so you know.
That's
a 3-2.
Yes, I wanted you to park up next to the field.
Here
That's what I
comes
said.
the 3-2 payoff pitch. Again, slider, called strike 3. And he got the punch out he was looking for. That's a really good pitch by Caden Sutton.
Yeah, a really nice job. Able to get it across right down Broadway and just kind of froze him after battling off the last few. Still going to face Braden Green, though, with 2 outs.
Braden Green flew out to open the game, then walked, singled, double, 2 more RBIs on his day. He climbs in here with the bases loaded in 2 outs. Get your cameras ready. Sutton. Righty-lefty matchup, and Green rips this one. It's angling. It's going to stay fair. Sutton throws to first in time, and he got the out to retire the side. And for the second time, the bases are left loaded for the Bees. We will head to the bottom half. Last chance for the Dragons in a 7-2 ball game. Don't go anywhere.
Watson Chevrolet is proud to present the area's best selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Watson Chevy's staff of experts are ready to get you into your next vehicle with unmatched service and knowledge. Stop in at 2350 Cookeville Highway and test drive the all-new Chevy Trax or Silverado today. And remember, don't buy till you see Jason Fye. Watson Chevy is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the UCR Media Network. The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate proudly presents this beautiful 3-bedroom, 2.5-bathroom home located just south of Cookeville. Boasting 2,700 square feet and a 2-car garage, this home features a very open floor plan with hardwood floors. You'll find great custom touches throughout, including a welcoming covered porch. For more information, visit chadandamycrouch.com or call 931-979-1191 for more information.
The Quality Family, a local company supporting and caring for our local communities. The Quality Family offers services to get you back to the game. From bracing to oxygen and everything in between, we can meet your medical equipment needs with Buckeye Home Medical Equipment. If you have an in-home need for strength and conditioning, for example after a surgery or injury, Quality Home Health is available to provide individualized care while you are on the mend. For those with end-of-life diseases, Quality Hospice is available to provide nurturing care during those difficult times. Choose the Quality family of services for care within your community. Visit thequalityfamily.com to navigate all we have to offer you.
Alec Wilson trying to slam the door. And he's been dominant today. 11 punch-outs for the senior on the mound for York offensively. 2 runs on 6 hits. They've left four runners in the field. Big difference in this ball game. Defensively, the Dragons with 4 errors. The Bees have not committed an error in the field so far. Next up, broadcast-wise, you have to stick around and find out because the weather could wreak havoc on later on in the week's schedule.
It's supposed to get a little windy tomorrow, blowing in, and then Thursday and Friday don't look too pretty.
Next up for the York Dragons, they will be facing Clark range. Their Finchers County rival. First pitch swinging. This one slapped over into right, but Carson Holroyd reads it the whole way. And it's 1 pitch, 1 out. The Dragons down to their final 2 outs today, as it'll bring up Matthew Luther. But as I was saying, for the Bees, next up, White House on Friday.
Supposed to be.
We'll see. The field and backs are notorious for draining well.
Yeah. Well, not only that, there's severe
Yes.
weather coming in.
Yes, our friends at Upper Cumberland Weather will have you covered. We'll be sharing it, as always, to our page.
Stayed up late the other night just to make sure we were all
so
good.
I stayed up. I said I was staying up, and then I fell asleep on the couch. So,
We stayed up watching Lost until 1:30 in the morning.
but I was just coming back from just a terrible
tough-
day.
yeah, tough-
just a terrible
tough
ball
Sunday.
game at Indianapolis. So,
hey, but
I
at
was a little
least
tired.
they played the early game,
Oh,
and you
thank
were
God.
able to come
Well, the
back.
problem is, I'm glad they beat Kentucky. But
Yeah,
staying out there an
that's-
extra
yep.
2 days was less than fun.
To
you
watch
know?
that, especially.
Yeah, exactly.
It was
kind of stunk. I was looking up flights to San Antonio. Nope. As the pitch is waved down and missed by Luther.
well, and I even thought, they cut it to 10. It's like, okay, making it respectable, and then the 3 straight threes by.
Well, so that one's foul back. I'll tell you what changed the game. 10-point game. Blatant over the back goes uncalled. That's when the game ended. Blatant, and they make a shot. That's when that game. Now, I'm not blaming the refs. Tennessee got punked. But
15 points in the first half.
But when it changed was they were coming back. They had all the momentum. That over the back that didn't get called. That was not a ticky-tack. That was a clear call. That's when it was over. Here comes the 0-2 home. Breaking ball. Called strike 3. How about 12? Another dozen Thompson Machinery and Cat Rental strikeouts for Alec Wilson.
3 games this season that he's gotten 12. I mean, he's been on an impressive run here in his senior year now.
7 of them have been looking. As now Landon Shoemake represents York's last chance in the ball game. He's trying to get his season high in punch-outs. 13. Shoemake 0 for 2 so far with a ground out and a strikeout. First pitch found right to where Jacob wanted me to park the Silverado, just in case you forgot. It's 0-1. I know. My windshield would have been shattered by now if I listened to this guy.
I voted the outfield first.
The 0-1 breaking ball's in there for a strike. It's 0-2, and Alec Wilson's ready to head to the crib. This has been dominant on the mound again by 23 in gray and black. Here comes the 0-2 home. Breaking ball misses low. Let's do it again at 1-2. The York dugout still bringing the energy here with a 1-2 count and 2 outs. Wilson for the win. The 1-2. Try to get him with the high cheese. A good job by Shoemake to take a couple in a row, and now it's Deuces Wild, 2-2 with 2 outs.
I haven't seen him go upstairs too much. Trying to change the eye level a little bit.
This next pitch is number 92 for Alec Wilson. The 2-2. Falls off the table. We run full. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Has he walked the batter yet?
He has not. Here comes the 3-2. Wilson takes a deep breath. Fires home. Let's do it again.
Uh-oh.
No, that one's too far to the right. No, I'm deep enough. We're okay.
That one was hit hard enough, though.
That one was slapped, no doubt. Another 3-2 payoff pitch coming home. Swung on and missed. 13 Thompson Machinery and Cat Rental Store strikeouts, and the last one is for the win for Alec Wilson. Final score, Upperman 7, Dragons 2. The Bees run their win streak to 5 consecutive games.
Yeah, dominance again, but it didn't look like it was going to be that way for the first 4 innings of the ball game after getting no hit for those first 4 times. And just a really, really nice job by Alec Wilson, pitching well all game long, going all 7 innings, 13 strikeouts, and 0 walks in the outing. He only allowed 6 hits in the day as well. Just a really nice job. And defensively, able to make some plays out there in the field to keep it at the 2 runs as well. And obviously the offense was able to heat back up.
Alec Wilson now on the season 4-1. That is his 3rd complete game of the season. He now runs his season total to 54 strikeouts in, now this is where I have to do math, in 33 innings of work so far. And another impressive outing for him and an Upperman offense that was no hit through 4 innings. They roared to life in the 5th, put up 7 consecutive runs. It's a good effort by the Dragons. They got a quality start out of Sully Harris. The wheels just fall off a little bit late against an Upperman team that now is red hot.
Yeah, and for the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game, I think I'm going to go with Braden Green in this one. He stepped up in a big spot. I'm going with it. Don't give me that. He stepped up in a big spot. They're getting no hit. They've got an opportunity to score. They're able to get that first run across, and that kind of started the snowball effect for the Upperman offense to get it across. Obviously, Alec Wilson was really, really good, but Braden Green is going to be your Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game. 2 for 4, couple runs driven in, and a run scored.
Braden Green deserves it. But that's the second time you've screwed Alec Wilson on the Player of the Game. It's the second time in a row.
Listen,
that's his second straight start.
I could give it every single time Alec Wilson and Juju Yano pitch. I can give it to them, but we can make it interesting.
He had 13
He was
strikeouts.
great. He was great.
Color guy gets to pick it. Braden Green deserves it.
He got to score.
That was 2 big-time hits.
Got to score.
All right. Well, both of them were very good. As Upperman improves on this, gets another win, and improves on the season to 9-7. They win their 5th straight. For York, they fall to 6-7. They will be facing off, against Clark Range coming up later on this week. For the Bees, they're set to take on White House on Friday. Again, you got to keep your head on a swivel for the games the remainder of the week after tomorrow. Some severe weather.
We'll have a broadcast at some point.
We'll do something.
Sometime.
We'll do a baseball show for the first time ever if we have to. No, we won't. That would be a disaster. Final score from Jamestown. Upperman scores 7 unanswered to take this non-district showdown 7-2. Keep your eyes on UpperCumberlandReporter.com for the latest coverage of high school sports throughout the area. Until we talk to you all again, I'm Noah McKay for Jacob Vincent to my right and everybody at UCR. Have a great night, everybody.